introduce to you the Junk Talk. Hey, Jay Riggs, TJ, okay, A Scott, and I am Dina. Are you ready for some Junk Talk? Are you ready for some Junk Talk? Are you ready for some Junk Talk? Let's get ready.
Okay, stop.
Watch out for the hook, nigga. Throw that pass, don't get shook, nigga. I'ma play you like a rook, nigga. It's mad at junkies, nigga. Point one. Fuck with us, nigga, and go and get it done. Player one, ready up. Player two, ready up. Are you ready for some junk talk? Are you ready for some junk talk? Are you ready for some junk talk? Let's get ready.
Okay, if that's the crazy in that.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to everybody. Somebody want to shoot T a message and tell him he may want to turn his mic off for a second.
Right?
T, turn your mic off. I doubt if he ain't paying attention. But anyway, what up, everybody? I know it's been a minute. Happy holidays to everybody. Hope everybody had a good Christmas, good New Year's. It's your boy Sky in here. We are back once again with your favorite podcast about your favorite connected franchise, Madden Junkies. Got Sky, me in the building. You got my boy Dino in the building. What up, Dino?
What up? What up?
Riggs, how's it going?
Chillaxing, my brother.
Right on, right on. AJ, what it do?
What's good? What's good?
I knew my bill was going to
And we got T in the building, but I'm going to boot him. AJ, boot him real fast from the party, because it sounds like that conversation needed to have not be on
He's
the...
muted.
Okay, good looks. Nope, that didn't do it.
You ain't me.
We can still... You're
You
going to have to boot him, and then bring him back. We'll bring him back in.
So if you telling me my bill,
If you want to do that real quick.
La 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 la.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
Nah,
all right. He's still
here.
there. All right. I think we got. Nope. Still didn't do it. All right. There we go. There we go. T will be back. He will be back as soon as he get done with it, whatever business he got to take care of, though. Shout out to Unc, man. You know, sometimes when you're old, you forget you got to mute stuff. But anyhow, man, we back once again. We are week 8, year 4, 2021. And we've had some dandies of some games. We got a nice little recap to give you guys, done up by our fearless leader, AJ. Did a great job, man. Hopefully you guys took time to read all of it. Hopefully you guys took time to read all of it. Obviously, we're gonna go through it. We won't read everything word for word, but you know, it looks like, you know, he pretty much hit the nail on the head with these teams, man. And can't take nothing away from anybody, man. Looks like a lot of guys are having good seasons, are trying to have good seasons and make some headway. We got some new guys that are taking teams that we've seen playoff bound and continuing that. We've seen some guys take over teams and we don't know what happened to them. So we'll get into it, man. We'll start off first with some of the trades we've seen this season so far. Been quite a few moves, man. Big moves, little moves here, big moves there. We see the trade, because the trade deadline's this week, right?
Yeah, this is the trade deadline. When we advance today.
This is the last trade. This is it for trade deadline. So if you want to make a trade, I suggest you get your staffs together and do what you need to do. But we see the 49ers traded Aaron Lynch, our third round pick for Aaron Lynch in week 1. Jags traded away Telvin Smith for a left tackle and a third round pick. We saw the Lions get better with a nice little pickup from the Raiders and the tight end Zachary Tomich. Cardinals traded Damian Ratley to the Lions for some picks. Cowboys traded away Keelan Cole and a second-round pick for P.J. Hall. Colts continuing to amass a lot of talent but not do nothing with it. Took Michael Thomas from the Vikings. Jags traded away another running back. That's running back U down there in Jacksonville. They swing a running back for and a guard to the Lions for 2 picks. Jags traded with the Browns. I don't know why. They didn't need to get any better. And the Texans traded with the Browns. I don't know why. They didn't need to get any better. And the Colts and Browns traded first-round picks. Interesting first-round pick swap, but I'll leave it at that. I won't say too much else about that. We'll just leave that at that. Then we saw some nice little re-signings, man. We're going to go through all of them. We did see some big ones. We'll go back to the week 3 when the re-signing opened up, and we saw
A lot of money going on.
yeah. First one that hits, that's big re-signing. Broncos got Bradley Chubb, 7 years, $130 million. Definitely worth that bag. You cannot take anything away from Bradley Chubb. That dude is a double-digit sack machine. Double-digit sack machine out there, man. Justin Reed got re-signed for not a bad price by the Texans. 5 years, 59 and a half. 12 mil a year for a good corner in Justin Reed. Browns re-signed. Dang, y'all re-signed corners for the same price. 5 year, $59 million for Denzel Ward. So that definitely was a steal by the Texans then. We saw the Bucks re-sign Vita V, 6 years, $89 million. Giants re-signed Saquon for nothing, 5 years, $46 million. Calvin Ridley caught a 5-year, $92 million bag. Sam, you don't think that's why don't you like that one? Should have took him 2 more years. Should have gave him the 7 years. Agreed.
If you're gonna give him that much, go on lock him down.
Yeah. Redskins re-signed Aaron Darnold, 5 years, $156 million. For a quarterback that has not reached the playoffs.
How much is that? How much is that?
That's $31 million. $31 million a year.
It's 31 million a year.
So we know it's back end heavy. So that last year is probably gonna be damn near. That back year is probably gonna be damn near 40-something million.
Then again, I mean, he is a franchise quarterback. Maybe that's what he was asking for. The market did raise up on quarterbacks
but here's my question: we're in year 4. You have yet to make the playoffs with this quarterback. You got this quarterback year 1 for a steal. You've yet to make the playoffs with this quarterback, and he's yet to be in the top 10 in anything. Is he worth 5 years, $156 million?
I mean,
you got to break it down. It looks good on paper, but break it all the way down.
You got to have
especially
win or lose, you got to have quarterback.
Especially when you see the Cardinals re-sign Josh Rosen to 6 years, $159 million. So he got a better quarterback. Stats. I wouldn't even say stats wise. I'd say a better quarterback production wise because Rosen's been in the playoffs 3 out of 4 years. 6 years, 150. He got him for another year for $3 more million.
Fair enough.
Redskins also re-signed Darius Geis, 7 years, $60 million. So that's a steal. Not bad.
Yeah, that's very, very good, man.
Yeah, because now his running game with Geis is very nice.
Very nice.
So I give him that. That's a great pickup. 49ers re-signed Minka Fitzpatrick, 5 years, $49 and a half. That's not bad. That dude's only 24. Probably could have tried to shoot for the 7, but that's not bad. DJ Shark will be with the Jaguars for 2 more seasons before he trades him for 7 years, $112 million. Yeah, right. Let the right circumstances come up. We know how the Jags roll.
Shit, I think Ramsey and Miles Jack still here.
Because the right thing ain't popped up yet. That's why.
Nah. Sometimes you got untouchables, man. Sometimes you got untouchables.
Okay, Jaguars. How much? Who want
Okay,
to put
that's
something
true.
up? Who
That's
want to
true.
put something up? And by the third year, if we reach year 3 in the next 3 years, Shark will be gone.
I'll bet, nigga.
No, I'm not.
Oh
Obviously, I'm
no,
not gonna
man,
bet
because
you.
I don't offer Rick some shit.
He
Okay.
I
offered.
don't offer that
Hey,
ass some
hey,
shit.
hey, between the Browns and the Saints, they offered the bag.
Okay. Fair enough. But I also know if the right team got the right overall picks. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna mess with that man's. What he gonna do with that man's? Chargers got Derwin James for a nice re-sign, 5 years, 52 mil. Not bad for that. Dolphins re-signed Mike Gesicki, 4 years, 24 mil. Saints got Rashawn Evans. Rashawn Evans, 7 years, 87 mil. Damn. Maybe I did overpay. I might have overpaid for my guy. Let's see. Quentin Nelson for the Vikings got 7 years, $78 million. Now here's the one with the Vikings. Nobody. Okay, before we get into the Vikings pick, re-sign that was whack. They did get Dante Jackson for 7 years, $53 million. Great re-signing. But then you turn around. You're not a pass-heavy team, and you re-sign a receiver for 7 years, $128 million
Ooh.
for a guy that you're not using.
And I don't agree with that at all.
Now you can't even use him as trade bait because who wants to pick up that type of contract?
What receiver asked for 128?
DJ
What
Moore.
receiver is that?
DJ Moore. Now DJ Moore's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not.
He asked for that much though.
I don't
He
know what
was
he.
he
I don't
asking
know.
for that
I don't
much?
know what he asked for, but he re-signed him for that much. So we have to
Oh
assume
wow.
that whatever negotiating powers to be for the Vikings decided that that was worth it. As an analyst of this, that was not worth it. You don't even pass like that. I mean, it's nice to have it on your field to be somebody you fear, but if you don't even pass like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Saying the truth, that's still kind of a cheap contract, so you can't really get too bad at it. 7 mil cap penalty.
Yeah, that's true. But then we see the Saints re-sign a receiver they use, Traquan Smith, to 6 years, 81 million. And it, like again, that's what I'm saying. It's saturating the market. Why would you give that much to that dude if you ain't using him? And we know Traquan gets run with that high-powered, high-flying offense out there and down there in Louisiana.
Hey, so if you had a major key piece, you wouldn't resign him.
I'm not saying you wouldn't resign him, but are you really gonna give that much money to somebody you're not using?
But
Like we
I
know
mean,
he's not
maybe
using him.
okay,
Well,
but
put it like this: if you
maybe
got him, if you got him on your roster, bro, you have to use him because if not, say if you had all slow receivers,
True, you're
I'll
right.
beat
At
your
some
ass all
point,
day.
yeah, you're right. Y'all
You
right.
got
I
you got
mean,
to keep them honest. You
right,
need at least one or two.
right,
yeah,
because I was just Briggs took the words out of my mouth because I was gonna say maybe he needs him to help key his run game since he's run heavy. He needs to keep you honest so he can run.
true. But then why trade away Michael Thomas?
That I don't know.
You
Not
had
that
I don't
fast.
know, man. He's not that fast. But when he got him, he was fast. Cause he got him what
Uh,
year two
uh,
AJ's when you traded him or year one.
He was never
Yeah.
fast.
Might have
He was never
been
He
fast.
was
one,
like he's
honestly.
like in the his speed is in the 90s. He's not like 95. Yeah, but if his acceleration is like 90 and 92, and he's 6'3", 6'4", and we know his hands. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on. I mean that
I'm not gonna
to
lie.
each their own.
I'll trade his ass to Jeff too.
But we see the Redskins re-signed De'Aaron Payne, 7 years, $81 million. Josh Jackson, 7 years, $45 million, trying to solidify their defense. Uh, Random signing for the Packers, man. Devontae Adams, 7 years, $89 million. I mean, we know that's one of his favorite. We know that's one of his. But here's the thing with that one. We know he'll throw to Devontae, and Devontae makes a lot of catches for him. So, like y'all said, if you have a
I'm
key
not gonna
piece, you
say
resign.
anything.
But you just
And
like
you
Rick
come back
said,
in and piss your ass out.
if you if you have a key piece, do you resign that key piece or do you let it go?
At 28,
You see, but
gotta
you
bounce,
asking,
homie.
yeah, you asking guys really that kind of question that's cutthroat anyway. Like, you know,
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck how productive you are. If you want too much and it's gonna hurt build my team, shit, you can go somebody else.
true.
You go start for somebody else. But then again, my favorite team is the Patriots, so you already know my mentality. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
we know yours. Once they hit 23, they too old for you.
Nah, ain't nothing like that.
No.
Cowboys re-signed Leighton Vander Esch, 7 years, $116 million. We gave him the bag. Felt like we had to make sure we solidified our linebacking core.
But you
Uh,
don't use them that much.
yeah, I do. That nigga gets used. That nigga
Yeah,
make plays and
hey,
gets used.
you know who gets used more?
Leon
Leon
Jacobs.
Jacobs.
You're damn straight.
You wonder why?
Cause you sent him to me.
Because you got him from the dirt. You got him from the bottom. You got a grinder. That's what happened. I seen grinders out.
Yeah, we
No, that's
appreciate it. We appreciate it. We re-signed
Mm-hmm.
Connor Williams,
that's
7 years, $71 million. Michael Gallup, 5 years, $68 million, and PJ Hall, 4 years, $18 million. Uh,
no, that was really good for PJ.
yeah, because he's only
Uh-huh.
25 or 26, I think.
26,
Yeah,
I think.
26. Yeah,
26,
and
but
we
that's
we
really good.
traded. We had to trade for him because David Irving did get hurt, so we needed to get a defensive tackle. And he's actually come in and played fairly decent for me, man. I think he's got a couple sacks, a couple big plays and big moments. Titans re-signed Cortland Sutton, 5 years, 68 mil or 63.8 mil. It's not bad. We know they have we're gonna say this, man. There's a few teams that got some cap issues, so it's gonna be interesting to see who's not where next season. They also re-signed. We also re-signed Dane. How you say this nigga's name? Cruikshank. Cruikshank. I don't know, man.
True Shank.
But there's an I in
My
there, so
man
I don't know.
Shank.
Yeah, just Shank. Re-signed Shank to 4 years, 15 million. It's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Bears re-signed Roquan Smith, 7 years, 63 million. That's a steal.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
a major steal.
That's
That is a
that's
major steal.
about as good as you can get for that position
I
for that
mean, he
type of
could have.
player, man.
I mean, if he'd have asked for 200,000, 200 million, what do you do? What do
True.
you do?
Yeah, that
Trade
type
him?
of player, man. He should trade him.
Nah, well, what do I do? I know what I do. I think
Yeah.
T's ready to come up.
Nah, he's still on his call, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then we got Jaguars who won't send me this D tackle. He re-signed him for 7 years, 86.5 million. Tavon Bryan. That's a good pickup because that dude's strong as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And he didn't play the first season, which is crazy.
Bills got Nick Chubb for 5 years, 36 mil.
He's balling for the Bills,
He's nice.
man.
He's nice for him, man.
I just didn't have it with him in Cleveland, but hey,
I know
best of
you
luck
wish
to
you
Ran the
did.
wrong plays.
Nah, it just didn't fit my. But Taylor
His
do.
skin.
He didn't fit my scheme, but Taylor do.
Yeah,
That's probably because
here's
he's the running backs with acceleration.
But here's the funny part for that, man. You also had another running back that fit that system too, and you got rid of him.
Oh, here comes the drama.
Who, me?
Yeah.
was that?
You didn't have Saquon Barkley for no time.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Can we
Seahawks
He's
resigned.
like he's no longer with the team. You don't talk about
Seahawks,
players no longer with the organization.
Seahawks re-signed Shaquem Griffin, 5 years, 51 million. That's a definite necessity that you got to re-sign a player of that caliber. 49ers got Lorenzo Carter, 4 years, 22 million. That's not bad. Lorenzo Carter's pretty good, and they got Sony Michel for 5 years, 38 million. So him and Chubb got about the
Great.
same contract, man. That's not bad, man. It's nice to see some of y'all actually putting some thought in these contracts y'all giving out. I'm not gonna lie. Cowboys, we got Austin solidifying our O line for a couple more seasons. 6 years, 46 million for Austin Corbett. Appreciate that, Dino. He's been a godsend for us all the way back from year
No
one.
problem, man. No problem. Good deal. Good deal. I love doing good deals.
No
I
doubt.
don't want to get
Packers,
better. I just want to make a deal. Make a deal
right.
with me, y'all.
Don't listen to the Browns. Packers re-signed Equanimous St. Brown, 4 years, $20 million. That's a great contract. You got that nigga for the cheap. Keenan Allen stays in San Diego. How old is Keenan Allen?
I'll
He got
tell
four
you here in
years.
a second.
4 years,
If y'all from 4 years,
41.4
he's
It
probably
million.
seems like he's old to
26.
me.
I
29.
know.
I thought
29,
so.
10 mil a year for 4 more years. I don't know, man.
Nah,
Mm,
son.
I don't know about that one.
Nah.
I don't know about that
29,
one.
30, 31, 32, 32, and
Yeah,
he's
you looking
probably
at
looking
32.
at the year.
At 32, and it ain't like
That's
he's not a burner.
32.
He's not a burner. He's got great hands, but he's definitely not a burner.
Great hands, great route running too, though.
Yeah,
Good route running.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Broncos
Clutch too.
Broncos re-signed the big receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 6 years, 24.8 million. That's a great contract. He got him for the cheap. Got him a nice big receiver, good target.
That motherfucker pissed me off.
Yeah, man, that guy's tough. That guy's tough. He came through the Cowboys organization for a couple years, so
Oh,
he knows what winning feels like. Cardinals re-signed Ricky Seals Jones, 4 years. Their tight end, 4 years, 21 million. He's a fast tight end too. And the Cardinals, I know the Cardinals use him, so that's a good re-signing. Got Deion Buchanan. Ain't he in his 30s? 2 years, $7 million.
20, maybe 20. He's probably around Keenan Allen's age.
Okay, 29, 28, 29, somewhere in there. Giants re-signed Dante Pettis, 4 years, $36 million. I think if you're gonna sign him for 4 years, why not go for 7? I don't know, man. I just don't understand sometimes. Because I mean, he got him for cheap. What was that 9 mil a year, basically?
Mm,
Yeah.
yep. Hmm.
Colts re-signed Darius Leonard, 5 years, $16.4 million. We know in real life he's much better than what the Colts have him playing as. Unfortunately, he's gonna be stuck in a Colts uniform for 5 more years.
Fuck that nigga.
Woo. Saints picked up their star quarterback, the quarterback of quarterbacks, the I'm gonna go put up 22 unanswered points in the fourth quarter quarterback,
Clutch.
Mr. Clutch Laletta, 7 years, $145 million. That is not a bad contract. I ain't mad at that one.
Looks like your quarterback for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
Look like
Yes, sir.
To get
barring
to get
injury.
that to get that quarterback, and we like I said, man, that's why I go back to that Sam Darnold. Is Sam Darnold worth five? First of all, only 5 years, and then you got him for 136. He got Laletta for 2 more years than that for $9 million more. Man, mm. Christian Kirk got his re-up, even though he was out. He had one foot out the door. I guess they said we might as well, if you're gonna keep the other foot in here, we'll pay for half that foot. 5 years, 58 million. Not bad.
That's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Jaguars get their strong safety to solidify the back end of that ridiculous defense for 7 years, 56 million. Eli Apple caught him a nice
He's on the
little.
market.
This asshole. Eli Apple got 7 years, 26 million. Great re-signing. Jair Alexander got 7 years from the Falcons, 66 million. That's a great re-signing.
Oh man.
Saints
Man,
got Marcus Davenport back, good left
just
end,
think,
double-digit sack guy,
man.
6 years, 61 million. Now go ahead, just think what we gonna talk about it.
No, I just don't think. Just think that. Could you go back to the money? What did Adams get paid? Um, for
Adams.
the Packers. Adams,
Devontae.
Oh, Devontae, seven
Devontae.
years,
Park
7 years, 89.
89 mil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure the money was there. I'm just gonna leave it there. I just wanted
I see what you're saying. Because he traded away. Got you. Got you.
no. I just wanted to make sure the money was there.
According to his story, he had the money. He just wanted the picks.
Hmm. Interesting. Like I said, the Saints got Marcus Davenport back for 6 years, 61. That's a good re-signing. Like I said, you can if you find pass rush, you see players like Davenport get their check. You see players like Bradley Chubb get their check. The Falcons also re-signed Isaiah Oliver, 7 years, 61.7. Solidifies his safety. I mean his corners, his two corners. So he's got one on one side, one on the other round for the next 7 years. Um, those are our big. That was our little recap from what's going on so far within the league. Like we said, this is trade deadline, so if you want to get them in, you better get them in. Hopefully, you got them in before they played. If not, you probably SOL to the off season. Uh, with that saying, man, we'll head on over to our mid-season review. That again, man, shout out to AJ for putting this together for us, man. We appreciate it. We're gonna kind of touch on a little bit of every team. Like I said, we're not gonna read the whole thing for everybody, but I'll go to everybody's roster as we talk about them, and we can just kind of look through what AJ saw and discuss it, man. So of course we're gonna start from bottom and going up. We'll start with the Seahawks. Man, 4 seasons in, these guys still have not had a winning record. Just got their first win. They got a lot of old players, man, as you can see on their team. They got a lot of age. A lot of age. So I don't know what he's going to do. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
tell.
where he makes his
I'm gonna tell you where they
turnaround
come
at, but
from. Come
what up?
from not pulling a deal and wanting too much for a deal. Like,
Now
but
here's
that's not my
here's
problem.
here's the other part of this, man. And I'm going to go through looking at this team. They got Derek Carr out of free agency, but they got Keegan Brewer, 6'7", 226, 92 throw power, 90 short accuracy, and he's sitting on his bench, man. He's really
Yeah,
starting
they need to be
Derek
playing
Carr.
that, man.
He's starting Derek Carr over Keegan Brewer. And I mean,
Hey,
Derek
man,
Carr is 88
some people
overall,
don't like pocket passes, bro.
but it's not even.
Oh
He's there's no way I guess, man. I understand
all
that,
right, yeah.
but there's no way you let that sit on. Get rid of him then. Trade him. Somebody will take that quarterback. You better do something because your team is hot
Facts.
trash. Your team is hot trash. Or not even the team is hot trash. You're playing like hot trash because you don't have the pieces you want. If you don't want that quarterback, why keep him? Because what's going to happen is he's going to sit there on that team. He's going to become a free agent, and he ain't going to get nothing for him. And now you're sitting out there with a 24-year-old quarterback that somebody going to take and develop the hell out of, and you sitting here with a 40-year-old quarterback in Derek Carr because you ain't want to play him. I don't understand some of you guys that got these young stars and y'all don't start them because their overall ain't as high as you want it to be. You can't develop players sitting them on the bench. That is not how that works, guys.
Hey,
Say how you
let
really
them run their
feel.
organizations how they want to run them.
Nah, man,
Yeah, really.
cause it always comes back to people, man. We always have people like, oh, I can't develop no players, but you sitting them on the bench, bro. At some point, you gotta let them play. If you're not gonna let them
Just
play,
gotta.
then don't be mad. If I see you not playing somebody, and I go through and look at your roster, and I'm like, ooh, I could use him, and I send you a trade, and then you go, nah, he too young, I don't want to trade him, but you're not using him, so you gonna sit there and let that man decline when he could have went to a team and got used nicely. But like you said, I mean, to each his own with their team, but obviously That ain't it, man. Seahawks, I hope y'all figure something out. Bengals, I think the Bengals are only here, man. Like we said, that man was on vacation enjoying his holidays. He's a decent competitor. I don't think he'd be 0-7. I'm not gonna say he'd have a winning record, but I definitely don't think he'd be 0-7. He's got some
I
nice
don't think
pieces
so
out
either.
there, man. He's got some pieces he can work with. Uh, he definitely gonna have to do something about quarterback because you got Nick Foles as your starter. Nah, this ain't gonna cut it.
So
Yeah, he still got Joe Mixon, man. He's a tough runner. Um, wide receiver wise, he definitely has to do some moving around. He's got some things
He might
he's
get a
gonna have to
superstar
do, man.
quarterback this year. He
Yeah,
might just get a
he
superstar
might get
quarterback
it.
this year.
You right. You right. He definitely gonna be up there with a pick. He might end up with the #1 overall
It's at
pick.
least three. It's at least three franchise quarterbacks in there this year.
Yeah. So
I will say he's been trying to build this receiving core for a few seasons, and I don't see no progress on that note.
I really don't, man. He's got a young rookie in Chenault Jr. I think he's got to start giving that guy PT. I don't know where he's at on his depth chart, but he just doesn't. He don't have a lot of speed at receiver. So I guess that kind of goes back to what y'all saying about DJ Moore. At least when you have DJ Moore on the field, you got to respect it. He don't have a lot of speed on this team at
Oh,
receiver,
true
so
that.
that hurts when you're especially when your tight end is damn near as fast as your corner as your receivers. That ain't gonna cut it, man. And I'm talking about a 30-year-old tight end too,
Both of them.
man. Then we go down to the Chiefs at number 30. They're 0-7 now. They played a great game, man. Played a hell of a game. Took that L to us and my Cowboy squad. It went to
Hey,
overtime.
hey, funny thing with the Chiefs, they got Mitchell Trubisky now. He was just with the Cowboys last season.
Hey,
Had great
hey,
numbers.
hey.
I think
It's the
Mitchell
user,
Trubisky
man.
now is leading the league in interceptions.
Mm.
Thrown.
I mean, when you come from winning and you go to a team that doesn't know how to win, sometimes that's what happens, man.
Posh.
That's what happens sometimes. I mean,
Hit
hopefully,
the tag.
hopefully Triv can do something for him coming up. I mean, he does have two. He's got a nice little running back core that he's trying to look like he's trying to develop out here. I don't even
Two
know if
first
he's
round
using.
rookies.
Yeah, but I don't even think he's using. Is he using Zach Moss? I don't even think he used him in our game.
They were picked like Swift was picked 20 something, like high 20s, like 21.
Yeah.
Then Zach Moss went at 26.
So he
Yeah, Moss only got 14 touches.
yeah. I don't. I mean, if you're gonna take him that high, do you put him on your team for 14 touches? And then you make a
I
trade.
don't care. I got the picks. I got the picks from it.
Then we see. I mean, he still has Tyreek Hill, one of the better receivers in the game, but that's kind of sort of like his only real weapon. I mean, he's pretty decent with Swift. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he can't run the ball, but
Decent, boy. He was
aerial
on
wise,
your ass.
well, did he win? Did he win?
Huh?
Did he win?
Hey, he had a
Okay.
mishap. He had a mishap.
But his
Tyreek
team.
Hill is a horrible blocker, and
I
he
can't
got
help
called
that.
for taking two. Hey,
Wait, hey.
he was on your ass.
Hey.
He was on your ass.
He was. It went to
He almost
overtime.
made you eat humble pie. You almost ate humble pie.
We knew it was coming, man. It's still these are the trap games, man. We know what's going on. We ain't stupid. We ain't stupid.
Or was he really on your ass? You talking about track? Was he really on your ass? Did he
Okay.
expose the Cowboys? Hmm?
Yep. He sure did. We are exposed.
I did think
we
it
are
was a trap
exposed.
game, dude.
We are no. We exposed. He exposed. He showed how to beat
Hell
us, man.
nah, because anytime I play the Chiefs, bro, them games be the same way, bro. Them games be the
Exactly.
same, bro. It's
That's why
something about his playing style, bro. He can be close in the game. He's missing a few players, bro.
Yeah,
If
he's
he get
not.
them few
He's not
players-
far from being right there, man. If I had to say anybody gonna have a turnaround next season, I'd put my money on the Chiefs. Right now they hot trash, but I'd put
You
my
did that
money.
last season, though, right?
Nah, not the way he was playing last
About
season.
this
But I
season,
think,
the
but I
season
think,
before. about
I
that
think
season.
the biggest difference for him is he's learning. He's got a quarterback that can do what he wants to do, but he's learning to play with that dude.
True.
He's got the quarterback he wants because I mean he wants a big arm and somebody that can move around a little bit. Trubisky can do both those things. Once he figure out what he can do and quit trying to hone in on one receiver and learn to actually play with his other receivers, I think he'll be right there in the at least in the AFC West. He'll be right there in the mix because he knows a couple of those. He's played them all 4 seasons, so he knows how those guys play. He know what he got to do to win. But moving on, I mean, it'll be real quick with the Colts. They're hot trash. They got all this talent. They don't do shit. What else he wants to say? I don't know.
Yeah, move on.
His quarterback's Matt Ryan. That's about all I gotta tell you.
I
And it
don't
was
think
better
he's
than
playing Matt
whatever
Ryan.
he had.
I
Shit.
don't think he's playing Matt Ryan.
Well, he better be playing Josh Jackson and trying to build that nigga up because if not,
I don't think he's playing him. I think he's still playing the dude he drafted from last time.
Terrell White,
Yeah.
well, he hot trash too. So hot trash followed by hot trash equals hot trash. Ain't even no reason to go through that team.
I hope he plays and whoop your ass.
He ain't. You know that. you know that. Giants. We're just gonna call this the bottom. What third, fourth of the league? It's pretty much all hot trash. So ain't nothing to really say. I mean, he said
let's get
if
to the mid.
if you
Let's get to
everybody
the mid.
if you look on the page, you got about 3 hours to try to trade with this dude. He said everybody's up on the trading block except for like 3 players, and it's probably only the 3 players that anybody really wants. So unless he letting one of them go, unless he letting one of them go, he probably not gonna make nothing happen. Ravens, hot trash again. I mean, dude, he took over this team. Ravens was a perennial Super Bowl team last 3 seasons. We're in season 4. He's inherited a decent team. I don't know if it's just time, commitment, or whatever it may be.
Look at all those fucking 99s.
Yeah, I know. And he's 1-7, so we'll leave. Or 1-6. Well, yeah, about to be 1-7. So we'll see what happens. He'll get his first crack back when he goes up against the Vikings. So we'll see what happens there, man.
No, I think after his suspension, he goes up against the Browns.
Okay, my bad. So a stat game for the Browns, then he plays the Vikings. Then we got the Bucks, man. Bucks, yes, hot trash, hot trash. Where's the trash can for the Bucks? You go from being a wild card team to now 1-6 or 1-5. I don't know if they played yet. So yeah,
Hold on. Is this the same Bucks that said streaming his games make him play better because people are watching?
He needs some milk.
yeah. So I guess nobody's watching. Cause
No.
yeah,
Hey man, all I do is just toss them up, man. I just toss the alleys up.
Hey, you know, give and go. Moving on from the Bucks, man, we got the Lions. Shout out to Deion Townsend coming in taking over this team. He's played with us before. Deion's a good dude. But with that being said, his team is hot trash. He's paying a right tackle over $100 million to play right tackle, and nobody understands that. Literally, if he trades this man away, he's losing $32 million in cap. Also, to add to his hot trashness, to add to the hot trashness, he signed Jameis Winston, then goes in and drafts. His real name is Jake Fromm, guys, but he changed it to Tommy Manziel, which is probably what his problem is, because you name anybody Manziel and you see what the situation is. Hot trash. So
Yeah, we wasn't supposed to be changing players' names.
we really weren't, but this is what he gets, and that's why his team looks like it looks like. And unless he makes some sort of amazing jump, he's probably going to lose in that division, and he'll be sitting at home on the couch. Because nobody wants to win this division because the next 3 in a row are all in the same division. The Packers are above the Lions. Bryce Lacy, we know what he can do. We know this guy's a good quarterback. The user has to get better. That's just all that is to it. Then you got the Bears, who just re-signed Roquan Smith. That was a great re-signing. But you sitting there with a Dak Prescott not doing absolutely nothing for you. So was that trade worth it? Was that trade worth it? We got the Bills at number 22. Like we said, man. Well, he just got him. He took over the Bills when they were 0-5. Now they're 2-5, so we know he can win. And he's got the Buccaneers next. We're not sure if they're playing or not, but I would put my money on the Bills winning that game if they did play. Chargers 2-5. About this guy's got. He's got a lot of talent on this team, man. I don't understand it. I mean, I know this ain't everybody's game, but with the talent he got on this team, there's no way he should be going through what he's going through. But he's got two young quarterbacks, and one of them is hurt. But it looks like the better of the two is actually playing. But I don't know. That's just me.
Epic fail.
But he's doing absolutely nothing. And what's his receiving core?
So he drafted the quarterback each 2 drafts in a row?
I think I think so. Yeah, he did. Because he drafted one the year before last, because this is his first year, or he's in his second year, and then Brody Brissell is in his second year. So, and then he drafted a quarterback this year. He drafted Blake Barnett from Southern.
And none of them got an arm.
Except for Brody. Brody got 90 throw power, but.
Well,
I don't know,
the thing
man.
with him is he's a run first player, so.
Yeah, but and that's fine and dandy.
Yeah, he's a run first, run second, and third player.
Well, he's got. I will say this: his speed receiver is hurt. Randall Grove is hurt. He's got Keenan Allen again. He just re-signed him. That man's 29. I mean, to each their own team, but is that who you really needed to re-sign? I don't know. He's not very young at receiver, that's for sure. And then moving on from there, we got the Panthers, who have made a slight turnaround from the season before. That's the homie Nate, just getting back in the league with us. He has a quarterback. He's doing a little something with Jacob Eason. We'll see how he pans out as the season goes on. He's got McCaffrey still.
Which one is he starting though? Is he playing
Eason.
Cousins?
Nah, he's starting Eason.
Okay.
He's starting Eason. That's why he's 3-5. If he would started Cousins, he'd probably be 0-8.
Hey, he had a good draft. I ain't gonna lie. He pulled that receiver out the first pick. I was like,
yeah, that was a great draft for him. He got that receiver, and I think did he get a couple linemen? I think he got some linemen. I'm not sure. He got 1, 2. He picked up 2 linemen that, I mean, they're low overalls, but hopefully they'll get some PT so he can develop them. Because again, you can't develop guys if they're sitting on the bench. And he's got some young 99 overall players. He's got a left end that's 99 overall, a free safety that's 99 overall, and they're 22 and 23. So he's got young players. He got young players.
I don't like that sound you made.
Yeah, we know what that means, but we're gonna leave that alone, man. Rams, we're starting to get into some of the little better mid teams. Rams are 4-4. They do have to go up against the Cardinals, so we'll see what they can do to keep winning. Hopefully,
he's a good user. I ain't gonna lie, he's a good player. But if you can crack his code,
Yep.
No doubt. They're carrying 4 quarterbacks on this team, so that's interesting to see them do that.
No wonder I can't get another quarterback.
And he does still have Gurley, one of the best running backs in the game, and he's got a nice little change of pace back in Keith Marshall, so I'm sure he's using that double-headed monster. got some pretty good speed on the field. Undersized receivers, but a lot of speed. So I'm sure he uses probably a lot of crossing routes to get those guys open. And he's got a great tight end in Gerald Everett. And then defensively, obviously, we all know Aaron Donald is the man. So,
D man.
so it look like that's a pretty good Rams team. It'll be interesting to see what they
Is he
do this
still
second
number
half of
one
the
D
season.
tackle?
Yeah, man, he gotta be. He gotta be. I know they got him ranked as a number 5. I
I
don't know
think
who's
my
number
nigga
one.
I think my dude.
Yeah,
I
your
think
dude
my
might be
dude
number
might
one. Followed by the Rams, we got the Deadskins.
Come on, man. Put some respect on that dude's name, man.
I don't.
Man.
Why should I respect somebody that ain't beat me, man? I gotta respect the division that I'm owning. For what? Tell them to respect me. Tell them to respect me and give me a game to play.
Wow.
Look at the first. Go look at the first 2 games we played this season, man. Me versus them and me versus the Eagles. Wasn't even worth my time showing up to those games. We'll see what the Redskins can do, man. Appreciate that first round pick from last season too. His name's Jerry Judy. He appreciates coming to the team.
Wow, man. Wow. Yeah, man, I know he's steaming to get at you. And when he hear this podcast, if he ain't up for the game against you, I don't know what's gonna get him up for the game against you.
I guess somebody sent to you, like.
Because you didn't turn into the villain now.
Nah, it ain't about being a villain, man. It's about being truthful about it.
Yeah, well, guess what? Truth will make you a villain.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I guess I'm Mr. Villain then.
And somebody knocked this nigga off his high horse.
The Texans
right.
are 3-4. New Texans user. We seen him just make a big splash sending Peter Columbia over to the Browns. Not sure why you would do that, but hey, to each their own.
Damn. Did you just okay?
No, that was a great. Here it is. That's a great pickup by the Browns. I don't know why the Texans would send that pick. That's all I'm saying.
He was not in his scheme. He was not using him as that. So.
That's fine. But Jalen Hurts is also on this team, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets any playing time. I mean, he's got a young quarterback in Deshaun. Obviously, Jalen's not gonna get a lot of time, but he's like
Jalen Hurts.
That's what my little East Side nigga is?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Texans. We need to talk. We need to talk before the draft. I'm talking to you.
You ain't gonna use him anyway. Be quiet.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then we go to the Falcons, who have seemed to have fallen off big time. 5-3.
You haven't seen Jalen Hurts overall rating, huh?
But you can tell me who my backup is.
Well, when we get to you, we will. I'm not going to do that right now.
Blake Bortles. You keep talking.
Anyway, Aaron Rodgers, a 37-year-old quarterback, is leading this team in Atlanta. That's pretty much all I got to say about that team. They've pulled off they pulled off some wins, but as an overall team, they a little iffy.
Yeah,
I think they a little iffy.
They pulled off a big win against the 49ers today.
They did, and the 49ers also gave up a big win to the Falcons today.
I don't understand.
I'm saying they had a chance. The 49ers could have won that game. They made some mistakes that they shouldn't have made. Until the Falcons beat somebody that's of relevance, I don't know if this is the same Falcons team from 2 years ago. Is this the same Falcons team?
The 49ers are not of relevance.
No, they're not. Ever since they lost to that Vikings team. Or no, wait, did they lose to me?
Yeah, that was in the playoffs last season. Last season playoff, they lost against the Vikings.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, ever since losing that Vikings game, man, they ain't been the same. Ain't been the same team. I don't think, and I know part of it is because of the quarterback situation. I mean, yes, Aaron Rodgers is 94 overall, but that nigga's also 37 years old.
I thought he retired.
He's gonna make some plays, but to have him be your guy, Obviously, that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it.
Shit, Julio up there too.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of that, I mean that receiving core. I mean, that receiving core is kind of old.
Hey, as
That
long as
receive.
Julio's still making them amazing touchdown catches for game winners,
Well,
he
here's
ain't nobody
here's
gonna say
here's
nothing.
what here's the worst part about Julio being 32 years old. This nigga is still 92 speed, 93 acceleration. So it ain't like you can just say, okay, we ain't got to worry about Julio. That nigga is still a problem. And he's got a lot of speed at receiver, but when you ain't got no line to block, ask him about week one. 6 sacks for
Man.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Defensively, he's got a good team. He held us to 9 points, but he was also going up against a rookie quarterback first game of the year. And I mean, I know he lost two key rushers in that game, but that's why you develop backups. I don't want to hear about we lost players. That's why we didn't win. Moving on from the Falcons, we go down to the Patriots. Seem to be trying to take a stranglehold on that division in the AFC lease. He doing his thing, man. Patriots have had some nice little wins. Got a big game coming up against the Jets. We'll see what the Jets are really made of. We'll talk about them a little later. But the Patriots, I think, is the team to watch in that division, personally. Um, then we got the Vikings. Vikings ain't been the same since they had. Didn't they have? I think their running back got hurt. Oh, they got a couple running backs hurt. I know Royce Freeman's hurt. Dalvin Cook, I think, just
I know
came
he,
back. Dalvin Cook just came back.
I know he was looking for some pieces. I know he was looking for some pieces, tight end, and
Yeah, he was looking for some pieces, but he traded away. He's got 4 receivers, traded one away. Um, Still stuck at tight end. Didn't nobody send him nothing. So in the draft, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go receiver and tight end. He's got 2 young receivers, but he obviously is not developing anybody because he's got Deion Kane for the 3rd year. That nigga's still only a 78 overall. No way. Deion Kane should still only be a 78 overall. DJ Moore's 98 overall. I mean, he paid him the money. We'll see if he gets the ball any more, any less. Probably not. Defensively, it's a good team. He's got a good pass rush, good front seven. His back end, the DBs are nice. He's got Jamal Adams, Malik Hooker. He's got a couple guys. He got some people sitting the bench, man. On that DN side, man. Marcus Williams and Malik Hooker. So I'm pretty sure he's probably using one of them at that slot linebacker or sub linebacker package. Sure, he's doing that. But I mean, who wants to win that division, man? You got any that division is still up for grabs. Eagles have no money. They're a broke team. they got they're 4-2, man. They trying to come on strong. We'll see what they do. Like I said, 4 of his next
everybody
5
got the
games.
bag, huh?
Yeah, apparently 4 of
He
his
got
next
his money
5
the
games.
bag.
Man, 4 of his next 5 games are against playoff contenders. We'll see what Philly's really made of. The first time they played Dallas, Dallas blew them out, so we know they ain't gonna beat Dallas again. So we know that's a loss. Whenever them two link back up, uh, I don't know, man. Eagles always have a strong defense. It's just offensively, what are they gonna do? He's got DJ Marsh, 23, young guy. Got a little. Wait, who's he? And he's got Khalil Tate sitting on the bench. But neither one of those guys have any real throw power, man. So he's kind of hindered receiving wise. He just don't have a lot of speed. He still has probably the best tight end in the game that catches pretty much everything.
He got Kels.
No, Zach Ertz.
Oh, okay. Well, he ain't
And
got the best tight end.
okay, you got him.
No, I don't got him.
Who got him? The Chiefs still got him.
Just saying,
I don't
Zach
know.
Ertz in real life is like up there as like far as tight ends. He's past Kelsey.
In real
Okay,
life?
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Kelsey is just
yeah.
known for big plays, bro.
I'll
Not
take,
clutch
I'll take, I'll
drive,
take
bro.
Ertz. Oh, he's with the Kelsey's with the Cardinals, so I know that's a big part of their game. But yeah, real life,
I take
yeah, I
Kittle.
take
I take
Ertz.
Kittle's over all tight ends right now. If you talking real NFL.
Real NFL, I take Vance McDonald over all of them too. But anyway, Eagles are 4-2. Again, this their next little stretch. We'll see what happens, man. Then we go to the Steelers, man. Steelers, the biggest mouth of the AFC North. What are they gonna do these next half of the season? Nobody knows. Cause you look at them, 1 minute they getting blown out by a Broncos team, the next minute they beating the Browns team. Who knows what you're gonna get when you play this team? So we'll see. We'll see how they do and what he does the rest of the season. He feels like he's being disrespected at number 12. Until you show and prove better, you're gonna sit at number 12.
Oh,
Basically, you wanna do something about it. Play better. Don't lose the teams you shouldn't lose to. Raiders are 4-2. Look like they trying to finally give the Broncos some run in the AFC West. Only took him 4 seasons to actually become relevant. But is he really relevant? We'll see. Uh, Trying to get his run game together. It's not bad. He's got the type of quarterback he wants, a guy that can roll out and throw for him. Um, he's got Travis Etienne. Unfortunately, he's hurt, but I'm sure he'll make him into a monster. The guy is a good player. And then he's still got Telvin Coleman on the bench. Receiver wise, he did get Keelan Cole in a trade, but I don't think he's got two nice rookies, man, receiving wise, in Riley Ridley and Henry Ruggs the third. If he gives them their PT they need, he should be able to develop a pretty decent receiving core. But we'll see. Again, man, we've seen the Raiders start off like this and then disappear the second half of the season. Dolphins, man, took a big loss versus the Jags. We'll see if they can bounce back. They do have. We got the Jets and Patriots probably coming up here shortly. We'll see who wants that division. The AFC least, I mean, as far as within that division, that's a good division. Outside of that division, when they play other teams, it's a toss up of what you're gonna get from those guys. But against each other, man, it should make that division fun. Titans saw them make a nice little run last year. They're back at it again, 5-2. They did just re-sign Cortland Sutton to keep that receiving core intact. They got two good big receivers, man. Corey Davis, 6'3", 209 with 94 speed acceleration, and Cortland Sutton, 6'4", with 94 acceleration. So he's got big receivers that can run, man.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, that's the Jag got to deal with
Oh,
that. Jags got to deal with that. Then we finally get to the Browns, man. About time they're on the up and up because they were hot trash first 3 seasons. Now they're on the up and up, making a lot of trades. See if they can make some noise. They did take a bad L, not a bad L, but they took a L to the Steelers. Probably going to come down to that game for their division. So we'll see. And they will trade with you, man. You better talk to them. They will trade with you.
probably
Broncos,
ran out now.
yeah.
I'm out, but I still
You
got
still
the
got
I
the
still
off
got
season.
before the draft. Yeah.
Yeah, he still got the off season.
Hey,
He'll send you somebody.
hey, hey, you can get them. You can get them right price. They can go.
The
My locker
team
room, they shake in my locker room. Shit.
at number 7. As we continue in our top 10, we got the Broncos at 5-2. I'd say that's probably the most surprising team in our top 10. No, it's not. I won't say the most surprising, but they're definitely a good. It's nice to see a AFC West team actually trying to develop and become a better team. They got a hell of a running back with Gordon Morrell. Quarterback, I mean Scott Winslow. First, this guy developed him quickly. He's only in his second year. He's 96 overall, and that dude is nice. Receiver
Yeah, he
wise,
got pieces.
Receiver
99
wise,
throw power. God
yeah,
damn.
yeah. He's developed that guy, man. Receiver wise, he's got some decent receivers, some people to throw to, man. Um, got Eric Ebron at tight end still, along with Jake Butt. Jake Butt's definitely a good receiver to throw to, and he's got three nice tight ends, man. Receiving wise, defensively, man, we know he's got Bradley Chubb, disruptive force, game changing type guy.
I hate that fucker.
He got Justin Simmons and Marcus May in his backfield. And he got Sue Cravens to probably to play that sub linebacker position. And he's got a pretty decent team, man. Got a pretty decent team. Nothing.
I know I had a battle with him.
We'll see what they do, man. We'll see what they do.
I gotta see him
I
too.
think
I
I
gotta
think
see him too.
between him and the Raiders, I would go with the right now. I'd go with the Broncos winning the division. Raiders can put up a fight, but I don't know if the Raiders are quite there yet to contend with the Broncos. Then we come
The
to the
Raiders need to develop
Saints.
an offensive game.
Yeah, besides just trying to run the ball the whole time. But when you don't want to learn how to
Man, that's
pass,
on some jabs out
Well,
here
he should
tonight.
probably get a new controller and start breaking them hoes.
Damn, okay.
that part, that part,
Mhm.
that part. Then we
That
move on
way.
to the Saints at number 6. Came up short against the eventual champions in the Vikings. Heck of a heck of a game that was. But the game that everybody wants to talk about, the game that everybody wants to talk about.
Was there some
AJ,
bulletin
AJ,
board material going
AJ,
on?
man. Because I mean, let's just put it this way, man. This man went into the fourth quarter down 24-3 and came out to win the game 20,
3 minutes
25,
ago, he was down
25 20.
24-0. I mean, 3 minutes in the third. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. So the last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
he was down 24. He was down 24 nothing with 10 minutes left in the game.
What a win. Wanna
Never
wanna
give
walk
up.
And
wanna
he missed the extra point, which even made him have to, which even made him have to even work harder.
True. And just walk us through what was said on that sideline, man. When y'all went into that fourth quarter down 24 to 3, what did you say to the troops on the sideline, man?
Fuck them niggas.
Well, I guess figured that with how things were going offensively, you couldn't really get much scoring outside of the run game. So I figured all I gotta do is score, and I gotta score now and quick.
Yeah.
So just try to put some big drives together, put some
Yo,
quick shooters.
man. Yo, fuck the Saints, bruh. They got this nigga Derek Barty and ain't paying this nigga shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you don't have to pay him till after next season, right? Well, you probably
correct.
got him for two. Well, really, maybe two more. Nah, yeah, next season. Jesus, man.
Yeah, two
But
seasons.
yeah, two more seasons to get a
Enjoy
bunch of
it
other
though.
pieces,
Dang, enjoy it.
man. But for those that tuned in to that game, you watched a hell of a game versus the Jets, who we'll talk about here shortly. Um, if you want to see the rest of that game from like the third, like maybe midway through the third on, so I'm gonna plug his page for him, man. Check out Matthew Penn's YouTube page. Act Right 1000 is the name you want to look up. But that was a heck of a game, man. Heck of a game. Definitely got to give it to the Saints for not giving up. And this is a young team, man. As y'all can see on the screen, man, there's a lot of young players on this team. So you better get your game right when you got to go in, especially if you got to go into the Superdome, man. That's gonna be a tough out for anybody. I mean, they only have one loss. Heck of a showdown he had in that first. What was that against the Cardinals? That was a heck
Hmm.
of a game versus them, man. So they're right there. They're right there up there, man. We'll see what happens after after a game coming off a game like that. We'll see what Madden allows the Saints to do next. Uh,
Man,
heck of a game though, man. Heck of a game, heck of a win.
Heck
Then we
of a
move
game,
on.
good game.
Move on to the 49ers, who look like they want to be taking control of the AFC West. They definitely took a bad loss versus the Falcons. But with the Rams having a new user and the Rams on a winning streak, when they finally collide, that's going to be interesting. And I say trying to take over the West, but they still have the Cardinals to contend with too, man. Those are going to be
That's, oh man,
some good
you
runnings
right.
in there.
You right. It's some good games coming up the second half of the season, man. It's
Yeah,
oof,
yeah, we'll get into those
that
games here in
Rams
a second.
49ers game.
I would say the surprise of the top 10 goes to the guy at number 4. Shout out to the Jets, who are finally putting together a team worth talking about. They are our hot trash slash up and up team of the week because they're hot trash because they let their quarterback go in the offseason, what, 2 seasons ago? Two
Hmm.
seasons ago, he took the dude I had picked up. Man, fuck that nigga. But he let go. What was it, Bridgewater?
Yep.
There's a big to do about it, but life happens. We move on. He was able to pick up Kyler Murray in the draft. He's got a quarterback that he likes playing with. As long as Kyler Murray doesn't get hurt, and I haven't seen him really put him in any dangerous positions to get hurt, so I won't say he's gonna get hurt. But the man is only 5'10", 195 pounds. You take a couple of good hit sticks, you may not want to go back out there. So if anybody plays him, man, y'all might be able to send Kyler Murray back into baseball. We'll see.
damn, I didn't know it was that small.
Yeah,
Shit.
he's small, but he makes
I
up
don't. I
for it.
don't even remember him getting sacked.
You said what?
I don't remember him getting sacked.
That's what
Tell
I'm
you the
saying.
truth.
It's he doesn't put him in bad positions. He doesn't hold on to the ball too long. I mean, he in that game he definitely missed a couple passes, but I think that's part of being a rookie, and you just gotta get the accuracy up. But the man is 93 speed, 90 acceleration. It's hard to bring down somebody like that. But if you get to him though, if you can get to him, it's gonna be interesting to see how long he can hold up for. Um, and I think the Saints made the adjustment they needed to make to stop him from doing some of the things he was doing, and that's why you saw that team come back, man. It's definitely about your adjustments. Sometimes you can't just rely on, oh, I should have a better overall team. You got to play that thing. But he's got, like I said, man, he's got Kyler Murray out there. He's got some nice little weapons that he likes to throw to. Anderson is big for him. I think that's where he's may get caught up at is his receiving core is not his strong suit for sure. But he has a tight end that he loves to throw to in Walter Bird. So guy's 6'6", 265, and he makes some nice catches for him. Defensively, he's definitely got some nice pieces, man. He developed a couple of guys at positions. So we'll see what he does the rest of this season, man. The AFC East, I still think is an open field, man, and they're gonna have a gauntlet playing each other. 'Cause I think any one of those teams could potentially win that division, but the Jets, they stand out right now. We'll see if they continue to stand out at the end of the year. At number 3, we got the best team in Texas, the Dallas Cowboys, now sitting at seven
Bro,
and
you
zero.
Damn,
disrespectful. You disrespectful.
Well, who else?
that's so
Are the
disrespectful.
are the Texans good?
Oh, you talking about Madden or real life?
I'm
I
talking
be
about
getting
Madden, bro.
confused.
Madden,
Oh,
real life, nigga.
I be
I'm
wanting to
not.
fight. I
I'm
be
not.
wanting to fight.
First of all, just because Houston finally got a winning team together, don't mean they're gonna be better than Dallas. But
Bro, what are you talking about?
anyway,
Uh oh.
Bro.
Uh oh.
anyway.
Y'all niggas act like y'all didn't have Quincy Carter and y'all was losing
Hey,
fucking.
hey, hey. Quincy did some things for us too. I remember old
Hey,
Quincy days.
hey, hey, man.
Quincy
Tony
had one
Romo
good
cost y'all a
season.
playoff game. Tony Romo cost y'all a playoff game.
We'll see what happens this Saturday. But anyway, back to the Madden, not the real life. The Cowboys, made a big splash picking up Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know how to say that dude's name. Tua TT. We call that nigga TT in the locker room. Uh, He out here dotting folks up. If you watch this last game versus the Chiefs, hell of a game from the Chiefs again, man. I don't take anything from that team. Like I said, if my pick for up and up next year, going into next year, should be the Chiefs if they decide to actually play. But you see the receiving core, man. Lot of speed, lot of hands. Uh, Defensively, tough team. I mean, I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said about the Cowboys except can they hold on and actually play well the second half of the season. They got some good games coming up. They got a good one against the Cardinals coming up next week. Sure, that'll be a dandy of a game. So we'll see what happens there, man. Speaking of Cardinals, at number two is the Cardinals. We lost the user that was with him, got a new user in, but he picked up right where that guy left off, and he's balling out with this team, man. He is balling out with this team. Um, I'd say his only test, as you know, according to the list, is the 49ers, but I'm not gonna take nothing from the Rams. We'll see what happens when those teams collide. But they're 7-0 right now. Look like they're gonna have a big game next week too. I think that'll be a good potential playoff matchup we watch. We'll see who comes out on top in that one. And then sitting at number one is Mr. Humble himself, the Jaguars. We all know what happens when he finally gets a quarterback. This is what happens, man. This is what happens. He's got a guy that he can actually do some things with now, and he's still developing him. Jags are definitely the team to beat. So if you got them on your schedule, play your best, guys. Play your best and try to get the win. So with that, that's our mid-season review, man. Kind of went through everybody's teams. Told you how we felt about them. Well, at least I told you how I felt about them. If you don't like the way I talked about your team, make them better. Make your team better. I don't know what else you want me to say. If your team's hot trash, make them not to be hot trash by making them better. Let's see. We got some good games coming up next week, man. Season week 9. We got the Jets and Raiders. I think that'll be a good one. That'll be a good test for the Raiders. Can the Jets bounce back? Broncos and Chiefs. Can the Chiefs get their first win? It's a big division game. Will the Broncos keep playing? You got the Panthers and Dolphins. Can the Dolphins be better outside of the division? Are the Panthers legit? Are they just a quick hit team? Cardinals Cowboys probably game of the week. Jaguars Titans. That's gonna be a hellacious game. That's gonna be a good one.
Man, I'll stop
Eagles.
gassing this shit up, man.
Eagles. It's not gassing it up, man. The Titans are a good team. The Jaguars are all right. We'll see what happens. We got the Eagles and Saints. Eagles and Saints should be a good one. We'll see what the Saints, if they get down big like that again, can they make a comeback, or are they gonna make sure not to get down like that?
Defense is going to be determining factor of that game. Who can score there?
Yeah, because that's gonna be a big defensive game. Because like I said, the Eagles have a good one, man. Week 10, we got some good matchups. I'm gonna just go like the next 4 weeks and see what we have the next quarter of the way through the league. Got the Jets and Dolphins in week 10. That's a huge divisional game. Um, Bucks and Panthers for shits and giggles. That should be a fun game to watch. They both put up a lot of points against each other. We'll see what happens. Um, Cowboys get the Broncos. Yeah, that should be a good one. See, depending on what happens in week 9, could it be another loss for the Cowboys, or could it be the first loss for the Cowboys, or a continuation of an undefeated season? Falcons Saints, that should be a good one. Is Aaron Rodgers enough to get him a win? Are the Saints have did that big win make their season that much better? We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Week 11, anything good? Not really. 49ers Cardinals. Should be a good one. Browns Raiders, we'll see. Vikings and Saints replay. That should be a good matchup. And then finally in week
Yeah, he got it
12,
coming.
yeah, yeah, I know the Saints want revenge for that one.
Jeremy
Boy,
Grayson, you got
boy,
it
that gonna
coming,
be a
buddy.
sim. That gonna be a sim.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
uh,
But we got the in week 12, we got a nice little division matchup in the North, Packers versus Vikings. We'll see. That should be an interesting game. Ooh, then the Cardinals versus Jags in week 12. That should be a good one.
bro, don't be saying ooh,
Bronco Broncos at Raiders, 49ers at Titans, Steelers and Browns. Wow, week 12 is a big week, man. Steelers and Browns, Eagles and Cowboys. Those are big games, man. All of those are big games. So week 12 is
Don't sleep on that
definitely.
divisional matchup. Jackson Patriots.
Oh yeah, damn. Yeah, that's about 5 or 6 good games that y'all should be able to get tuned into. You know, we get people that Twitch, man. Follow those guys' Twitches, man, so you can watch these games. But that's what's going on in the next quarter of the season, man. We'll see what happens. By then, will a playoff picture emerge? Will it be even more? Will it be muddied up? Who's gonna? That's a heck of a stretch for a lot of teams. Heck of a stretch for a lot of teams, man. But we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing on up here, man. Yeah, like again, man, if you didn't like how I talked about your team, you know what to do. Make them better. You don't like it, not my problem. But with that, we'll end out, man. AJ, man, hit him with any final words you may have.
Uh, just keep having fun. Just keep playing your games.
No doubt, no doubt. Riggs.
play goddamn games and don't do nothing stupid, fellas.
Right. Just because you don't think we watching, we watching. Just know that. Just know that for sure. If you don't think we watching, we watching. That's all you need to know. But man, we appreciate y'all as always, man. Again, we appreciate y'all letting us come in and out with this podcast. We're gonna try to be better at it. We kind of made this one an extended one for you guys because we hadn't been around, but we did catch back-to-back holidays. Hopefully, we'll get back on the grind and bring these to you guys on Wednesdays. We're trying to bring them as early as we can, but we want to make sure we get everybody on. We will start back up with bringing guests in. So if you want to be a guest, please, please, please hit us on the page and let us know. We love to have you guys come on and talk y'all shit too. Because you know I'm going to talk mine. And with that being said, I don't know what happened with T and Dino, man, but I know they would say the same thing, man. They appreciate y'all joining the league, being in the league, having fun with the league. Just continue to play. And, hey, real quick, if something happens between you and a player, you know, some fluke shit, whether they quit, whether something happened where the game got dropped, please refrain from going on the page and calling them out their name. I know you mad, I know you frustrated. What are you doing? Who's doing that? Anyway, I know you frustrated. I know you make you mad. You know your game or whatever, but refrain from name calling on the page, man, because there's no reason to escalate anything for any reason. We can keep it civil, keep it smooth, keep it smart. Ain't no reason to disrespect each other for any reason. You have 5 commissioners you can get a hold of in our messenger if necessary about something that may have happened, a violation or whatever the case may be. But just refrain from the name calling because that's just not something we ride for in this league. We're here for the shit talking. We're here for if y'all want to make bets and with your picks or players or whatever y'all want to do. But we're not here for the unnecessary name calling. So please refrain from that. I know people get frustrated when they feel that their time has been wasted. We all do. But again, man, we appreciate y'all playing your games, getting your games in. Even if you're having a bad season, go play spoiler. Chiefs almost did. But then when you are who you are as the Cowboys, you're not worried about what the Chiefs almost did. And with that, how
Cause
about them Cowboys?